Right, it's time to get my next special guest on the show now, and we have Samantha Harvey, who is let's just say you're very influential on social media, but I know you do your YouTube and Instagram, but you also do music as well.
Yes,
So we welcome you onto the show. Welcome, uh,
thank you. Thanks for having me.
and here to talk about your new track, which is called "Don't Call It Love."
It is, yes.
And it's a real contemporary record with modern synths beats and with fine vocals as well.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to release something that's happy, poppy, upbeat, but also got like meaningful lyrics behind it, which hopefully it does.
Oh, that's great. And we need something like this as well during these times as well, something to lift our spirits up as well. Um,
Exactly.
and you've had an online presence for a number of years now. Where did it start off? Was it kind of like in the YouTube days?
Yes, well, it was actually Facebook many years ago. So I used to perform at like pubs, weddings, and all sorts of gigs like that. And people used to say to me, rather than having to wait a few months for you to become available to sing at a pub, can we go online and listen to you sing? So I was like, oh, a bit nervous about posting covers. And I just sat down one day and started recording covers in the bathroom for the acoustics. And after about 6 months, one just took off and it's completely changed my career from then till now. And it's just been absolute madness in a good way.
Yeah, looking at your figures, they're phenomenal.
Yeah,
I,
thank you.
I ain't
Yeah,
seen
they're
ain't seen nothing like it. It's good. And could you say last year everyone was all the performers artists were going like Facebook Live and YouTube,
yeah.
singing. It's fair to say you were doing it way before then, years before.
I was, and I also did do a lot of it in lockdown as well because I know that it really helps people, and it really helped me. Really helped my mental well-being, being able to connect with people, and because you can now go live with the other people on the screen, it's really great just to connect with people and sing and request them.
Yeah,
It's been really good.
that's good. And I did read somewhere, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but did you start out with your own cleaning company?
Yeah, so basically after the covers took off, I changed jobs a couple of times to fit around my singing because I had to go to London quite a lot. So then when I was doing cleaning full time, I could be in control of when I could
Yeah.
do houses, and people were really flexible because they knew that that was my career on the side. If I needed to move the day, it was easy. So it worked really well with me. My mum was a cleaner as I grew up, and when I had days off of school, whatever, I used to go with her. So growing up and seeing her do it, I thought I could do that. I love
Yeah.
cleaning. And yeah, I was a singing cleaner basically.
Oh wow. Do you still do a little bit? Do you find it kind of therapeutic, put the radio on and
I
that's good.
definitely do. I mean, I can't believe I used to have the energy to do as many as I did in one day
Yeah,
because I find it a struggle just doing my own now. But yeah, I do love it. I really do.
that's good. And YouTube covers, they're really popular at the moment, especially on Amazon. When I look at like all the acoustic covers and chilled covers,
Yes.
they really took off. People putting their own stamp. I find they're just as good as the original pop version.
Oh, yeah. Well, I try and take them, but then change them up a little bit. So I try and make them a bit more acousticy, a bit more chill, and people seem to love that. So that's great.
And you said you also cater for wedding functions as well. What do you enjoy most about that part of the job as well?
So I just think it's the fact that people book me because they watch me on social media for years. And to see me on a screen where, sometimes it gets millions of views, sometimes it gets hundreds, sometimes it gets thousands, for me to then be in person singing them down the aisle or singing their first dance song that's going to be captured for the rest of their lives, it's just a feeling of them feeling really happy about it. And they feel so lucky that they've got to meet me as well, which is crazy to me. But just being a part of that and everybody having a good time, it's just amazing for me.
That's wonderful, being part of someone's day and the kind of physical element of performing as well.
Yes, I get a buzz out of that so much. I've even done days where I'll go and do. I did Wembley Arena to 15,000 people twice actually because I had two different slots in. So I did 30,000 and then I drove off and did a wedding that evening. So
Yeah,
it's crazy, but I love them both the same.
yeah. You're a hard-working lady, but it sounds like you enjoy it, and it's
I do.
great. And you supported acts like Rita Ora and Craig David as well. And you are you 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 have your own kind of tour as well.
Yes, so this summer in August I'm supporting Anne Marie, which is awesome. I've got a festival, Whitcomb Festival. I'm headlining there. and then I am going on to do my own tour in November. So yeah, it's really exciting summer.
Lovely. And what's the feeling like? We know when you see all these posters and billboards with the headline acts and your names on it. What's that feeling like?
It's just mad to see my name next to such big people and think it's actually really scary, because I think, oh my god, I've got to like be on before this huge person and I've got to get the crowd going basically. But I usually am a good warm-up act because I do some covers and some of originals, so everyone knows some of the covers, so it's great.
Are you a natural performer, or do you sometimes get nervous? I suppose it's good to have a little bit of nerves, isn't it?
I am such a nervous person. Sometimes before, well, every time before, I'm like, I'm going to be sick, and I never am. But I feel so sick and so nervous. But once I get 30 seconds into the first song, I'm fine.
Yeah. Oh,
Just those 30 seconds are overwhelming, scarily, yeah.
Do you do like breathing techniques as well before you go on?
Just hyperventilating,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, goodness, yeah. That's good. It's good that, though, you feel when you're on the stage, then you feel like it's...
I do, and the time just... Once you're on stage, the time flies, and then you're off, and you're like, oh, what was I worried about? It's gone so quickly.
Yeah, and your demographic as well. Your music reaches out to so many people. I know. I know it does kind of reach females. You've got a massive female fan base as well. But would you like to see more males listen to your music as well? Maybe.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of 60% female, 30% male-ish. So yeah, I don't mind as long as people are listening. If they're male, female, whatever they are, it's amazing at the end of the day.
That's a good balance, isn't it? 60-40. It's nearly kind of halfway each. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
And you also collaborate with some big corporations as well. That's good as well, working with brands as well.
Yes.
And for my benefit of my listeners as well, can you tell them what an influencer is?
An influencer is someone that has a social media following, and they can influence people into anything, whether it's positive thinking, just anything, lifestyles that they live, and then if they build up a following, then brands usually reach out and offer to pay you to promote stuff.
That's great. And we're going to play your new track now. Would you like to introduce it on the show?
Yes. Okay. I'm Samantha Harvey, and you're listening to Don't Call It Love.
Thanks for joining us on today's show, Danny Sun and special guest Samantha Harvey.
Thank you.